Hello, I'm George P. Bush. A little more than 100 days ago, I took the oath of office as your 28th Land Commissioner of Texas. And as I said that day, what happens here in Texas matters everywhere. That's because throughout our proud history, Texas has changed the world. It's been said that every state has a story, but Texas truly has a legend. From the cattle ranchers who drove Longhorn up the Chisholm Trail to feed America, to the wildcatters who dug deep into the desolate sands of West Texas and found black gold, to the scientists and engineers of NASA and now the Silicon Prairie, what happens in Texas truly changes the world. But more important than what we do is who we are as a people. And more significant than our proud past is our bright future. No, Texas isn't just a random place on a map. It's an idea in the hearts of our people. And so at the Land Office, we got busy on day one working for the people of Texas. We wanted to transform this agency to help Texans pursue their dreams. Many times, elected officials announce what they plan to do in their first 100 days in office. I wanted to visit with you after the first 100 days to talk about what we've already done. One of the most important priorities for me is accountability to the voters of Texas. You deserve to know what your elected officials are doing to create a better future. That's why I'm issuing this 100-day report. I made a promise to the people of Texas that I would enact policies that would not just make a statement, but make a difference. In the first 100 days, we're off to a strong start. We've changed the way that the agency does business in all the major areas that I campaigned on: the Alamo, veterans, education, and energy. So let me visit with you about what we've been able to achieve in the first 100 days. First, we've made major steps towards the preservation and protection of the Alamo. We're reforming our service providers to transform the Alamo experience and take it to the next level. But while we're changing, I want you to know this: the owners of the Alamo will always stay the same, and that's the people of Texas. We've also reconstituted the Alamo Endowment Board with a prestigious panel of great Texans, and they will help us launch a massive fundraising drive to address the Alamo's preservation needs and build an Alamo Museum and Visitor Center worthy of the Phil Collins collection. And for the first time ever, the state is working together with city leaders in San Antonio to hammer out a vision for the Alamo Plaza Historic District and the Alamo Complex. Together, we will create a strategic vision and work toward our common goal of restoring the Shrine of Texas Liberty to a site worthy of its noble roots. The story of the Alamo defenders and their defiance against tyranny define our state's very character. Their final stand continues to inspire visitors from across our state, the nation, and around the world to visit the Alamo, eager to hear about what kind of men would rather die free than live oppressed. 100 days in, and we're off to a great start in our effort to make sure we always remember the Alamo. Second, we're making progress to help our veterans. After World War II, the Texas Veterans Land Board was created to help returning soldiers, sailors, and airmen, men like my grandfather, attain the American dream that they had defended overseas. Together, we strive to honor their service. But we're also reaching out to help a new generation of Texas veterans, the men and women I served with, returning home from Afghanistan and Iraq. I'm proud to report that in our first 100 days, we're doing a better job of serving those who have served us. We've raised the VLB land loan limit from $100,000 to $125,000, making it easier for Texas veterans to pursue their dreams of home ownership, business leadership, and economic security. We've created a new website for our vets, streamlined our services and access to benefits, and right now leading a coordinated multi-agency effort to staff a 1-800 call center to serve all veterans' needs all the time. And I was honored to testify in favor of Senator Jay Nelson's legislation to create a program designed to help communities across Texas provide mental health services for our vets, legislation that the Texas Senate passed unanimously. 100 days in, and we're doing right by our vets. Third, we're making a difference in education. I know that the Texas of tomorrow is being shaped in the classrooms of today. That's why we've launched a new easy-to-navigate GLO education website, providing tools for Texas teachers on subjects ranging from pollution control to Texas history. And I'm utilizing the platform of the GLO to champion school reform. The GLO operates the Permanent School Fund that provides money to Texas schools. So who better to talk about reforming schools than your land commissioner, who also happens to be a former public high school teacher? I've spoken about the need for greater accountability and more results. I'm fighting to give parents a choice when it comes to their child's education. I supported Houston Representative Jim Murphy's bill, who is working to exempt charter schools from ad valorem property taxes when they lease a facility and to allow public charters their fair share of the permanent school fund bonding capacity when financing their expansions. Combined, these two measures would save millions, allowing charter schools to focus their resources on educating children. Public charter schools can help close the achievement gap in our inner city public schools. I know it's possible because I saw it happen personally when I was the Tarrant County Chairman for Uplift Education, a charter school organization. So I'm going to continue to champion school choice. After all, when we give parents a choice, we give students a chance to succeed, a chance for a better future. 100 days in, and we have a great report card on education. Finally, we're making an impact on energy policy. Texas, as we know, powers the nation. When private oil and gas companies develop permanent school fund minerals, it not only creates high-paying jobs for our people, it earns hundreds of millions of dollars a year for public education in Texas. So we've been promoting development, but doing so in an environmentally responsible way. That's why we're conducting energy lease sales online for the very first time, making the bidding process more accessible, efficient, and ensuring that Texas school children get the most out of the permanent school fund's assets. And that's why we're leading a multi-agency effort to rebuild the Southeast Texas coastline, to protect sensitive estuarial systems, our natural habitat, and making sure the intercoastal waterway remains unimpeded for commercial and recreational use. 100 days in, and we're doing our part to make sure that development is effective at the same time that we're protecting our environment. So the Alamo, veterans, education, and energy. These were the main issues I promised the people of Texas I would focus on in office, and we've done exactly that in the first 100 days. But just as important as what we have done is how we have done it. We are making government efficiency and transparency a major hallmark of our work. I know that for most people, seeing is believing when it comes to government efficiency, but the people deserve to see what their government is doing. And so in the first 100 days, we've taken unprecedented steps to create a more open, more transparent, more accountable General Land Office. For the first time in its storied history, the Texas General Land Office has a Director of Open Government. This director responds promptly to all requests for information from the GLO under the Texas Public Information Act, letting citizens and media know what their government is doing and why. We cleaned up General Land Office contracting processes, eliminating no-bid contracts in nearly all circumstances. Government must operate transparently, openly, and fairly. And we created a compliance division to monitor our contracting process to ensure transactions are accomplished cleanly and fairly across the agency and to promote new opportunities with historically underutilized businesses. Government must adapt to serve Texans more efficiently. That's why we've taken an entrepreneurial approach to our business processes and use of technology, and we've made rapid advancement. We've established the General Land Office first agency-wide social media platform to better serve Texans by showing how we defend the coast, provide benefits to veterans, preserving our history, and earn money for our schools. We initiated Texas Shores, the first digital access guide for more than 3,000 miles of Texas beach and bay shoreline, reducing publication costs while delivering an app that all Texans can use. Texas beaches are truly one of the state's great attractions and one of its great economic engines. Texas Shores will be the digital guide to the Texas coast, showing visitors from across Texas and the world what our coast has to offer. We've created mobile phone apps that let our coastal staff gather data in the field. We've automated the business process for our disaster recovery division, eliminating manual data entry and improving efficiencies. The GLO does important work, but it's important that we do it well. So in our first 100 days, we truly have transformed the GLO, but we're just getting started. To learn more about what we've been up to these first few months, check out www.yourtxglo.com and read all about it. You, the people of Texas, are our shareholders, and this website is our shareholders report to you. I want to thank you again for the honor of serving you as your Texas Land Commissioner. This is just the beginning. Together, we're going to create an even bigger, brighter, and better future for all Texans. Thank you, and may God bless Texas.